Hello and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. Video game villains are designed to be hated and despised for their outrageous beliefs and evil deeds. It keeps us going until the bitter end to see the main baddie get their comeuppance. Sometimes, in a few flitting moments, these dastardly criminals actually have a point, which turns the tables on how we see everything. With that in mind, here's 6 video game bad guys who were right all along, if you can get past all the murdering and torturing they seem to do. By the way, has anybody else noticed how many evil masterminds in film, TV or video games have British accents? I've never trusted the British with their sexy damn voices. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Prepare for spoilers for the following. Assassin's Creed has taught us one way of thinking. Assassin good, Templar bad. But suddenly, along comes Haytham Kenway.
Who are you?
Haytham Kenway, at your service.
Who explains how a few guidelines and core principles are what society needs to prosper and evolve.
What is it the Templars truly seek?
Order. Purpose. Direction. No more than that. It's your lot that means to confound with this nonsense talk of freedom. Time was. The assassins professed a far more sensible goal. That of peace.
Freedom is peace.
Oh no. It's an invitation to chaos.
We get to play as the big dog Haytham in Assassin's Creed 3 for long enough to see his viewpoint. And just as we're switching our perspective on life, it's ripped from us by a characterless puppet whose name sounds like a lyric from the Macarena.
My name is Radohangado.
Right. Well, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
Let's just call him Connor, alright? Okay, so Haytham Kenway did kill a few people along the way, but you have to commit to be successful. Bugger off, Connor, nobody likes you. Pagan Min, evil dictator?
You couldn't do that!
Well, maybe, but look at the situation you're put in during the events of Far Cry 4. After civil war has pretty much run the country into the ground, Pagan has risen up, overthrowing the corrupt royals and placing himself in charge as he tries to improve the life of everyone. He's up against the resistance when you arrive, who are only here to replace the dictator for their own nefarious means. I mean, they call themselves the Golden Path. Could that sound more elitist? In fact, when the game is completed, you realise the country either becomes a drug den for criminals or a fundamentalist regime, so things couldn't be much worse with Min in charge. The first time you meet the so-called bad guy, you are fed a lavish meal and asked politely to wait while he takes care of a quick business meeting.
Please, stay right here. Enjoy the crab rangoon. Don't move. I will be right back.
Come on now, bad guys just don't have manners like that. Unless they're British, of course. You quickly realise that Pagan Min, he's not such a bad guy. Stick around and he'll take care of you. He'll first take you to your family's burial site to put your mother's ashes to rest, and even attempts to act like a father figure for you, and installs you as the next of kin and heir to the country you're standing in.
Awesome. Don't worry about a thing, my boy. This will soon be behind us, and we'll be off on our grand adventure. Because I have cleared my calendar for you. You and I are gonna tear
Seems like a pretty cool dude to me, and he also wears purple suits. What is not to love? Let's forget how much he likes torturing people, as it's a bit of a turn-off.
Those fucking terrorists, they ruin everything. Like dinner.
There's gonna be screaming. Bandits are gonna die left and right. I can't wait.
Handsome Jack is a name that truly inspires confidence. In Borderlands 2, Jack has risen to the top of the hierarchy with his no-nonsense treatment of bandits and vicious gangs, and his desire to improve Pandora for all its inhabitants. In a nutshell, Handsome Jack wants to purge this world of those treacherous gangs and outlaws, ultimately allowing the world to be repopulated by lovely people like you and I. Alright, so it's a little bit like mass genocide, but at least his heart is in the right place. Kill. Let's not mention his enslaved daughter and the massive flaming dragon thing he plans to purge Pandora with. Oh, and he does kill a few fan favourites along the way too.
I'm going after Jack.
So,
But what a guy! In the pre-sequel, a large portion of the game is based around how great Jack really is. I blame Hyperion Corporation for his slight maniacal tendencies, but I can forgive him for that.
Take the greatest Jedi Knight, strip away the Force, and what remains? They rely on it, depend on it more than they know.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 was the first game which made me stop and appreciate how complex a so-called villain could be. Kreia looks like a lovely granny who's a badass at cooking and likes to suck on the odd Werther's original. But in fact she has an on-off relationship with the Force. Okay, I can't sugarcoat it, she's a Sith. Well, sort of a Sith. Look, I said it was complicated, alright? Kreia, or Darth Traya if you prefer, wants to rid the universe of the Force because she believes it manipulates both the light and the dark sides, both the Jedi and the Sith.
The Force has a will. It has a destiny for us all. I wield it, but it uses us all, and that is abhorrent to me because I hate the Force. I hate that it seems to have a will, that it would control us to achieve some measure of balance when countless lives are lost.
Basically, she wants to end the Star Wars and bring about peace without the pesky Force trying to force people to pick a side. She's definitely got a point too, but uses her manipulative powers to coerce your character into certain actions.
You are not a Jedi, not truly, and it is for that that I love you.
I can forgive her for that. A friendly piece of peer pressure never hurt anyone.
He leaped toward me, his icy fingers digging into my head. For a moment there was nothing, and then he started to show me things. Horrible things. Beyond description.
Infamous is centered around the ultra-evil bastard Kessler. Not that one. No, not that one either. Yeah, that's the one. Kessler. After the race sphere nukes Empire City, killing most of the inhabitants, but also giving your character, Cole, a few cool superpowers, eventually the city falls into a depression and anarchy rules.
Taking whatever they want. That changes today.
Kessler comes across as a complete tool throughout the infamous story, killing Cole's girlfriend and vaporizing anyone who helps him.
Kessler's gonna pay for this. I'm gonna find that sick bastard, and I'm gonna kill him.
But here's the twist. Kessler is Cole. Mind f***.
My brain lurched, unable to accept that Kessler and I were the same person. That he'd come back in time to mold me into the savior he failed to be, going so far as to kill the woman he loved, I loved, so that I wouldn't be tied down by emotions.
Kessler travelled back in time to prepare Cole for a world-ending event which he wasn't strong enough to prevent himself. Kessler even happily lays down his life to push Cole onto awesomeness, and it worked out perfectly. When the beast comes to wreck the world, Cole and his ragtag bunch of mercenaries are ready and prevent the world's destruction, thus fulfilling Kessler's plan. If he just didn't kill our girlfriend, it would make this entry much easier to pass. But let's forgive him, because come on, there's plenty more fish in the sea.
I'm so glad you came. It's an honor, really. There's so much for us to discuss.
What do you want?
I'd like to propose an alliance. I think the two of us could accomplish great things together.
I don't work with criminals. You need to turn yourself in.
Batman Arkham Origins has many superheroes and villains, but Anarchy stands out. Okay, so Anarchy isn't the greatest name for a friendly superhero, but let's give him a chance. Imagine if you lived in Gotham City. The amount of corruption, exploitation, mistreatment, and spandex you'd see on a daily basis could push you over the edge. Anarchy, or Lonnie to his superhero friends, wants to put this right and end the dishonesty at key spots around the city. So here's where he went a tiny bit too far and planted bombs at those destinations. He realises that that was one step too far and gives Batman the tools he needs to rectify the situation. Anarchy stands for a rebuilt Gotham, but Batman ain't having any of that. He's the only law and order this town needs.
Let me ask you something. You ever wonder if you're the reason the city's so messed up? Because I have. A lot of us have. And I'm starting to think we're right.
Come to think of it, he really does make a good point. So there's 6 video game villains who have a point if you can get past all the murder and torture and genocide and blowing shit up. Who else do you think deserves to be heard out and seen for the revolutionary hero they really are? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. It has been a pleasure. I'll see you next time.